So, hello traders, and welcome to today's session, whereby we are going to look at the gold rush today. What we are looking forward, what you are anticipating gold maybe probably to react today. So, but before we look at that, it's important to understand that today we have some important key data for USD, which is likely to impact gold. We have the prelim gross domestic product quarterly data, that is quarter after quarter, and here we see an anticipation of an increase from 3.0 to 3.1%. But again, we have to wait for the actual. This is just a projection of what is likely to happen. It's not the actual. We have to wait for the actual data. And we know when actual is more than the forecast, it will be a positive dollar. When the actual is less than the forecast, it will be a negative dollar. And with that also, we are looking at the unemployment claims at 3:30 the same time as well. And we know when we have a rise in unemployment claims, it's negative for the dollar. When we have a decrease in unemployment claims, it's positive for the dollar. Okay, so but apart from that, we don't have anything else that is high impact in terms of the dollar index. Okay, we don't have any other high impact in terms of the dollar index. Not unless now we have anything that maybe might transpire in terms of in case we have anything that might try to transpire in terms of high probability, I mean, in terms of maybe tariffs or anything that any news that can happen that is most likely to impact the dollar. Okay, so so let's look at the technicals. And looking at the technicals, maybe I can begin from the daily real quick. So from the daily time frame, we are almost at the upper trend line here, right? We are almost at the upper trend line here. So if you look at the price action that happened yesterday, how these candle close out yesterday, so we see quite bullish buyers, all right? We see quite some probabilities of more bullish trajectory, right? Because how it closed yesterday was a bullish pin bar. Okay, so from this bullish pin bar, what we are anticipating is the price now to give us some bullish sentiments. So maybe probably today the price might retrace at some point within this particular yesterday's candle. So if you look at the high and the low of that candle, um, like that is the low of that candle, and this is the high of that particular candles. Okay, so let me show you in a clean gold chart so that you can be able to see. I don't want to delete the drawings that I've marked on this time frame on this other one, but let me shift to this so that you can be able to see what I am talking about. Okay, so just a minute. Can see yes. Okay, so this is a very pure gold chart. Okay, this one I can delete the markings here. No problem, I can delete that. So I'm looking at this candle closing as a bullish candle. Okay, this candlestick closing as a bullish candlestick. This is the daily time frame, all right? And yes, maybe we can do our analysis here. From the weekly time frame, we draw these bullish peanuts that we have been anticipating or that we have been looking at. This is what has really been guiding us here, right? That bullish peanut, whereby we anticipate the prices to push on the upper direction. Okay, where we anticipating the prices to push on the upper direction, or the breakout on the upper direction. Then on the daily time frame, now we are talking about these candlestick here. All right. So yesterday we had we were looking at the price coming to this bullish engulfing. Okay, but we saw a drop. It touched that the wick of that candle, and then we see the price pushing higher. It closed as a bullish peanut. I mean, it closed as a bullish pin bar. Okay, so insinuating that today we are likely to see even more higher prices. Okay, and the key points of interest you'll be looking at is, of course, around this particular level. Because around this particular level, we have a zone at that particular point, a resistance zone. Okay, we have a resistance zone whereby we have seen the price failing to break above that particular level. Alongside, we have also these trend line, these the downtrend line from the weekly time frame. Okay, so then what I'll be looking at, or what I was trying to show, is possible retracement, and this retracement I'll be looking at in terms of the yesterday's highs and lows. Okay, this is the daily candle, the yesterday's highs and lows. Okay, so if you come to the 4-hour time frame, we see what I'm talking about. The price, of course, yesterday giving us BOS there, right? We have seen that BOS. So then it means likely the price is likely to come back to this particular what? Order block, this last sell candle before the price pushed up. Okay, and you can see it is within this level that we are seeing that particular the Fibonacci retracement and extension level. It is also within this particular zone. So now I can delete the Fibonacci so that we can be able to see the price well. Remember, this is the 4-hour BOS. Okay, this is the 4-hour BOS, or the break of structure. So we are seeing series of higher highs. We are seeing series of higher highs. Again, if you look at it like this, we have a very nice trend line as well at that particular point that has been holding prices higher. All right. So from the daily time frame, now we are going to minimize the risk here. All right. We are looking at maybe that is the engulfing, right? That engulfing. This is the 1-hour engulfing. Of course, after giving us this break of what? See, this one also we have a BOS there, right? Towards a W pattern that we were looking at trading yesterday, and the price really went well. For those who followed or watched the yesterday's gold rush daily, you could have gotten an entry. So what we are talking about is this now. So if you minimize the risk, then we are looking at a scenario whereby maybe gold is likely to push down to these particular levels, just almost the same levels as yesterday, because this is where we have an order block. Okay, so these are almost similar levels like what we had yesterday. So around 33.76. So this level will give us a very nice buys because again we have the BOS here. Okay, we have shift in market structure, or I mean a BOS at this particular point. Okay, so yesterday we were looking at this W pattern. All right, those who watched my video, we talked about this, and also in our analysis, the price creating this particular breaking above this neckline. Okay, and then now coming back again to retest this particular order block. Okay, so we saw the price first touched this level. I think we had minimized that from the 15 minutes, from the 5 minutes time frame. Okay, so we had our order block at that particular point, and the price came at this particular level. The moment it came here, the first touch, it wasn't during a kill zone, but now the price consolidated within this until the New York kill zone, and then now we saw price push on the upper direction. Okay, we were able to see prices now from that particular point pushing on the upper direction. And if you didn't get this entry, then you could have gotten this entry. But for me, I didn't get it. I think I was so much involved with yesterday was quite a busy day for me, so I didn't get this. But again, the reason why I do these videos is so that you can be able to mark the levels on your side and be able to trade. So today we are looking at that particular level. That's where we are looking at gold coming to that particular point, and then now we will be considering now we will be considering looking for some opportunities at that particular point. Okay, we will be considering looking for buying opportunities at this particular level. Okay, so from this 5 minutes time frame, as you can see what the price is doing here from this 5 minutes time frame. Okay, so before we look at that, let's come to the 15 minutes time frame so that you can have a clear picture. So from the 15 minutes time frame as well, all right, you can see there is a potential of the price to come back to this level. Okay, so and in case the price does that, then we are going to be looking for some buying opportunities. Okay, we are going to be looking for some some buying opportunities, okay, from this particular zone, okay, from this particular zone. And also now, in case we see the price push up, break above these levels, that is the highs here. Of course, this will also give us some more buying opportunities. Okay, this once we see the price break above this level, give us a break of structure. Therefore, we'll be looking at some buying opportunities after the break of structure of the BMS. Then we look for the retracement to an order block. There we'll be looking at some buying opportunities. Okay. So now, let me go back to this other one where I had a lot of markings here because this is the one I use most. So let me delete this, go to the 15 minutes time frame. And at this particular point, remember we had a level here that we were waiting for the price to trigger, right? This particular zone. So the price almost came to that particular zone, missed by a few pips. So if that happens, then it tells me maybe probably most likely this level does not hold again. So what I would want to see is the price breaking above this particular point, okay, price breaking above this particular level, and that will insinuate more bearish prices, okay. Remember, I think we have touched the 3,400 level. Okay, we have touched the 3,400 level for gold, and that's a very key psychological level that we might see now price maybe retrace a little to these levels here, and then now we will be looking for some buying opportunities. Below that level, we still have some levels we are looking here which have not yet been mitigated. All right, these levels here. So once we have a break below this point, we'll be looking for sales to this point. And once the market comes to this level, we'll be looking for some buys to this point. Okay, remember how I take my trades, I only target 100 pips. So if you look at this kind of a setup, this is more than 100 pips. Okay, so I only target 100 pips, risking 50 pips. And we also said a break below this point will make the prices to come all the way to this point. We'll be looking for more selling all the way to this particular level, right? So that's what we are monitoring today, these levels here. Remember, we have some high impact news today that's coming out at 3:30, the GDP data, quarterly GDP data, and also the unemployment claims. So we anticipate some bit of volatility. But tomorrow is when you're going to have some major volatility because the key data for this week is the PCE price index, which is coming out tomorrow, right? Which is coming out tomorrow on Friday. So, but for today, that's what we are looking at. In case of anything, I will definitely alert in our WhatsApp channel. I have the link for this for the WhatsApp channel. I'll put the link in bio so that in case you want to join our trading community, my trading community, you can join. Okay. So remember how I trade mine. I usually look at 2 to 3 quality setups on a weekly basis, because I trust that less is more, right? And that's how successful traders actually grow. It's not about quantity, it's all about quality. Okay, it's all about taking high quality trades, right? So I look at doing 2 to 3 setups. Sometimes I can do 5 in case I have a stop loss in within. But if I have 3 consecutive wins, that will be enough to give me 10% target for what I'm looking at in terms of growing my account on a weekly basis. All right. So with that, guys, I think in case of anything, like I said, I'm going to alert you. So I'll always remind you it's the last week of the month. You have seen how pairs have been consolidating. We didn't have much volatility. The only breakouts or the volatility that is happening, it's at around 6 p.m. when I'm on transit. So I'm not able to get those kind of trades. But again, that's not a problem because you don't have to trade all the time, all right? You don't have to trade all the time, all right? So let's see what transpires. And in case of anything, I'm going to alert you guys on the group. So stay alert and let's make sure that we check on risk. Being the last week of the month, check on your risk. Don't over leverage. Don't force trades. Just trade cautiously. All right. So thank you so much and. Remember to stay focused, to stay disciplined, and to always trade with purpose.